My name is Marco Hanna from PhoneDog.com, and this is the Weekly Bone. Aaron takes a look at the brand new HTC Double Dip and the HTC Double Dip Flip. No, they are not brand new smartphones. They are actually cases for your shiny brand new HTC One. Both these cases are sort of their in-house solution to protect your really expensive and beautiful looking HTC One. And to be honest, why would you want to cover one of those things with an ugly aftermarket case, to be honest? The HTC Double Dip is a three-piece polycarbonate plastic case that will cover your HTC One with three pieces of plastic. There is a major one in the back, and then two top ones, which are usually either red and blue, and the white piece in the middle is obviously white and matches the HTC One back. The HTC Double Dip Flip is a different sort of case. It actually sort of matches and competes with the Samsung Flip cover, which is a little pop-on case that will come with a cloth or fabric flip that will be able to close over your display, and that one is actually a little more professional looking, and it's also just a little bit more expensive. The HTC Double Dip is $29, and the HTC Double Dip Flip, which is now Aaron Baker's most favorite thing to say, is $39. Next up is the HTC First. Obviously, we talked about the HTC First last week in last week's episode of the Weekly Bone, and we're going to talk about it a little bit more because Aaron actually had his hand on a HTC First. It's actually now available for $99 on a 2-year contract for AT&T, but he took a quick and in-depth tour of the HTC First and took around some of the new Facebook Home features and then some of the features that Facebook and HTC have added on to their brand new smartphone. As a recap, the HTC First is a 4.3-inch Android 4.1 powered device. It has a 1.4 GHz dual-core processor, 1 GB of RAM, and Facebook Home pre-installed, which is Facebook's own app that goes over Android to install Facebook Home, which will deliver a new way to use Facebook and sort of a really picturesque look of Facebook, which does not look like any application available today. Facebook Home brings Facebook to a whole brand new level. Instead of being an application where you have to go through and actually go to the application and read through all the news feeds and all the statuses and all the photos, Facebook Home is actually pre-installed over the existing Android operating system. So think of it as a skin, so TouchWiz or HTC Sense, but this is Facebook Home. So you really start with this sort of icon of your profile picture, and you sort of swipe it up, and then you see all these actions you could do. When you open up the phone, there's actually statuses and photos and all this stuff right displayed on your home screen. This is sort of why Facebook Home is called Facebook Home, because it makes your home screen your personal Facebook. So if you're a very active Facebook user, this could actually be something very useful for you to use. Also, unlike any other Android UI or skin, you can actually turn off Facebook Home, which means if you get tired of the way it looks, you can actually go back to a stock Android device. Now, this is only on the HTC First. If you get it on a Samsung Galaxy S4, you can turn it off, but you'll still have TouchWiz running over it. Next up is Samsung's attempt at beating the iPad mini with a device priced over the iPad mini. Yes, we are talking about the Samsung Galaxy Note 8.0. The device is fully official, and Aaron actually put it in under review at PhoneDog.com and the YouTube channel here. And honestly, we have to take a look at this tablet because, one, it is $399 because it is more expensive. It's $70 more expensive than the base iPad mini, and it is a Samsung Galaxy Note 8.0, so it's not built the same way as the iPad mini. Other than the 0.1-inch display size difference on the Galaxy Note 8 compared to the iPad mini, the specs are around the same, other than the quad-core processor. It's a 1.6 GHz Exynos processor. Unlike Apple's A5 single-core processor, this thing will monster the iPad mini in terms of CPU and GPU graphics. Also, stay tuned for dogfights between the Galaxy Note 8.0 against things like the iPad mini, the Nexus 7, and the Asus Pad phone. But for now, my name is Marco Hanna from PhoneDog.com, and this was the Weekly Bone, and I will see you in the next video.